Hello everyone, and welcome to Lost in Vivo. For weeks, you guys have been absolutely bombarding me with requests to play this game, and as usual, I haven't read up much on it, but from the screenshots, it seems like it's kind of playing off of nostalgia for those 90s PS1 style horror games, which is something I've talked about a lot, so if it's anything like that, I can certainly see why you wanted me to play it. Just from the sheer number of you that had requested that I play it, I'm really excited to see what this is all about. So first things first, I'm going to have to turn down the volume because this is very, very loud in my headphones. Let's just turn that down a little bit and put the FOV up at 45. Oh wait, there's a message. The low FOV is to invoke feelings of claustrophobia. Please only change if you suffer from motion sickness. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I guess we'll lower it back to the original 45 and we'll see what happens. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, I am so excited. New game. So how are you feeling? Do you feel these sessions are still helping? You could try something a little more direct. We could start in vivo exposure therapy. I'm kind of getting a Silent Hill vibe already. Just with the textures used in the background. Oh, what? Oh, this is the game. Oh, and we have a doge! We got a little doge! It looks like I can't move off the sidewalk, but that's a really, really nice, that's a really nice tether we got going to the dog. Okay, I guess we're walking the dog. Wow, this is so... It's got a bit of an eerie vibe, but this is already so relaxing. A foggy night which amplifies the streetlights almost makes it seem like daylight. What are you barking at, dog? You probably want me to get a move on, right? Oh, that model is so adorable. I'm gonna have to turn off the Steam notifications. I forgot to do that before I started recording. I was kind of expecting Spooks, but a game by Akuma Kira. I was expecting Spooks to start then, but it's kind of only added to the comfy factor. Oh, I want to get in those houses so bad, just the orange glow from the windows. Makes me want to get inside and read some scary stories. This would be a perfect night for this. I've always loved how light diffuses through the fog. Hang on, missing. Can I zoom in? Jane Espinosa, maybe? Last seen, February 14th, 2007. Okay, I'm sorry, dog. We'll get a move on. I'm sorry, I know you're getting wet. That little animation is adorable, the way it just hops on its little beans. Oh, starting to pour down a little heavier. Can I sprint? No, I can't. With music by Akuma Kira, Jaron Christ, and Nolan Reese. So it's a collaborative effort, it's not all one guy. Or I guess it's mostly one guy. The developer on Steam is just listed as Kira. Oh, I love this ambiance so much, although the music is picking up and suggesting that we're going to be descending into horror sooner rather than later. Okay, yeah, this just got a little less comfy. I talked about this a little bit in my creepy and comfy VR maps video, but when the rain comes down like this, especially when I'm wearing headphones, I almost feel the chill in the need to get inside. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I kind of feel the need to yell over the sound of the dashing rain against the pavement. I don't know how this dog is so calm. But I love the start so far. It's like this normal night out with the dog, this comfy thing, and I'm definitely hearing something a little unnatural in there that doesn't sound like wind. And I just... Oh no, dogs in the sewer. Alright, it seems like the solution is really easy, just... Ah, the dog. Okay. Okay, this got bad. I don't know how that happened. We were clearly walking on the sidewalk. Lost in Vivo. Okay, well... Anything for the Doge. Oh, it's the sewer from Drug Dealer Simulator. I feel like now, during a rainstorm, is a really poor time to be jumping down in a sewer, though. As evidenced by the... Oh, it's going back down. That's kind of cool. The water's rising up and down. And I feel like it would only be doing more rising than falling, but... Do I have a flashlight? Yes, I do. Press F to toggle flashlight. I knew that! And just like that, here we are in the nightmare. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to take this moment to turn off Steam notifications. Okay, we're back in. And I must say, there's... it's already creating a little bit of an anxiety in me, because I'm watching this water come up and down and up and down. And I suppose it's just part of the map ambiance, but... Hello. Is that, That's that thing from that Japanese RPG Maker game. My madness works. Same, buddy, same. But as I was saying, when the water rises up and down like this, it makes me feel like at some point it's going to pull the trick where the water comes up and it doesn't go back down. And it just keeps on coming up until suddenly I'm up to my neck, pawing at the top, looking for a way out. So here we are, presented with a choice. Left or right. Doesn't look like there's anything down here, but I did glean from the... Stop sneezing. I did glean from the achievements that it seems like there's multiple endings. So, as with most Chillizart games, whenever I know that there's multiple endings, I'm compelled to be as thorough as I possibly can. Oh, that light is like blinding. You know, for a PS1 style game, these are some very nice reflections that we got going on here. Press space to whistle. I'm a little hesitant to do that. Because what if I whistle into the dark? Of course, I'm hoping for my dog to come running after me, but what if I whistle into the dark and something whistles back? Okay, dog's alive. Doggo is alive. That is now mission priority 1. I just hope I don't end up doing something stupid in pursuit of Doggo. And is it just me, or is there a growing fog down here? Maybe that just has to do with my proximity to surfaces. Okay, it's on my right. No, it isn't. Okay, so if this corridor doesn't loop around to the right, then I'm gonna have to go back and go around the other way. But it looks like I can continue on this way. Now, I don't know yet exactly how much of this is going to be based on exploration. Is this a structure that you'd commonly see in a sewer? I've never gone draining in real life, so... She'll be sharp. I wonder if some of these are like the names of supporters or something, because I've been seeing a lot of names down here. Oh, it's a boombox. I thought we were getting into the spooks early. Is there something I can pick up there? No, it's just a little bit of a... It's just a little bit of reflection. Can I interact with you at all? Okay, the dog's still over there. Okay. Okay, let's get moving. Press I to check inventory, so I do have an inventory, which means I probably have to pick up... Okay. So I have a flashlight and the manual for Lost in Vivo. Oh, that's convenient. And look at this! The menu is like a callback to those old survival horror games, such as Resident Evil. Very neat. I can definitely feel attack left mouse, so there will be combat. And I can press E to enter. Guys, I am so excited for this. Honestly, I've never been so excited for a menu, especially a Japanese survival horror menu, because as a kid, I always used to dread seeing these menus because it meant the game was going to be super clunky, but now it's almost got like a nostalgia factor to it that makes me really eager to see what's coming next. Okay, let's pick up that... How do I pick you up? E. Sledgehammer picked up. Now, can I go into my inventory? Torn leash. Keyring. Lost tape number 1. An old tape I found at home. If I find a tape player, I should listen to it. The pound is written on it. And a sledgehammer. How do I select it, though? E, maybe? No? Maybe I can just use it on here? I really have to figure out before I move on. Also, can I play the tape on here? No, the trouble is, I still don't know how to use things. Like it's, Which scared me. It's very clear that I have to use the sledgehammer on this, right? Oh, stop whistling. Okay, I can change weapon with the mouse wheel. There we go. Now, is there anything else I can switch to? No. So I probably can't use that radio back there as a tape player. I must say, so just take a moment to listen to these ambient sounds echoing down these empty corridors. And when I whistle, I can tell exactly where that dog is coming from. So there's some very excellent directional audio at work here. And if used correctly, there's a whole lot that they can do with that. Because horror is a good, sound is a good, half of horror, at least. Some might even make the argument that sound is more important than visuals. And with a good set of directional headphones, there's just so much you can do with the concept. Speaking of directional horror, in the comments for one of my latest videos, that's the 2 Gary's Mod horror maps, somebody talked about full bodysuit like haptic motor VR, and how in horror games of the future, they might actually be able to simulate moments where you feel something tap you on the shoulder. How horrible is that going to be? I'm still going to play it, though. Alright, we have here a crossroads. I'm gonna wager that that's a way that I'm supposed to go. But just to be sure, let's give it a little whistle here. What did I tell you? What did I tell you was gonna happen just a few minutes ago? Can I use the flashlight? Oh, that was me using the flashlight. That's just gonna be as far as I can see into the darkness. That's my draw distance. That light's gonna go out on me. That light's gonna go out on me, and even if it doesn't, when it's flashing like that, my brain almost doesn't interpret what it does see in the light. It's almost like being blind for a few seconds at a time. And now here we find evidence of someone living down here. This looks like some kind of makeshift kiddie bed. Oh, but that's all food, and it's... From the look of it, it's covered in, like, maggots or something. And those are surprisingly three-dimensional maggots as well. Read. Not what I meant to do, E. There's not much on the TV nowadays, so I thought I'd make my own show. I started putting food and rancid meat in the useless old box, and all sorts of little critters would come and play. It was really relaxing to just sit on the sofa and watch them eat, but the small critters started attracting larger ones to the show. Some horrid, putrid thing kept coming by to watch, so I would just pretend to be asleep till it passed. But I think it knows I'm awake. I think it's watching me, not the show on the TV. That is how you do horror, guys. You leave everything up to implications. So in the same breath that you tell me that there's some crazy person down here, whoever's responsible for this horror show that I just found, that same person reveals to me that there's an even bigger horror just around the corner. I'm really glad I haven't read up on this game and so have no idea what to expect. Because it means all these ominous implications can just mean anything. I guess I found his bed, although that little armchair looked a lot more comfy than this does. My eyes are useless. All they do now is sting and show me stuff that can't be real. If that rancid thing wants them, then I say let it have them. Who's they? I really hope you're referring to the meats that you were shoving in that TV. So this doesn't appear to be the case here, but something that I appreciate in horror games for situations like this is when left alt can be the walk slower button, kind of a reverse sprint. I can't use the sledgehammer to knock down these honestly very suspicious chain link cages. You know what that means, folks? I've been corralled at the end of a hallway with nothing to do but turn around. Okay, it looks like I got off easy. And then again, the night's... Was that there before? Was this here before? Hang on. Okay, well, it looks like the way back is still here. I must have just missed it. Although I'm not sure if those cardboard boxes were on the ground before. I think I'm paranoid. I think if it were changing things, the changes would be much more obvious. I think I'm just getting myself a little too paranoid too early on. My imagination is running a little wild, not knowing what to expect. Hi, ominous graffiti. Now, in urban exploring, graffiti kind of ruins the vibe for me. Because what does it tell me? When a room is covered head to toe in graffiti, it tells me 1 million people have been here before. But you know what's really... Oh! Run, 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 run! Oh my god, I didn't expect this so soon. Get away! That was surprisingly easy, but is that actually a thing? Who are you? Are you the guy? Are you the guy whose space I was walking through? I would have to assume that. I just realized that, first of all, that's getting louder and louder. Is the rancid thing on its way over to me? I don't think that's just soundtrack. It's getting louder and closer. I don't think that's just soundtrack. But I just realized I swung my hammer and taped that guy's head in. My brain didn't even have time to register clearly if he had a weapon. Was he even going to attack me? What do you look like? Oh, I don't like that grin. I don't like that permanent grin just frozen on your face. And what's going on with your head? Are you wearing a hood? I choose to believe that's your hood, although it's quite flesh-colored. Look at this. This reminds me of something out of Cry of Fear. What? Dog! Doggy, 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 doggy. Hey, come on. No! Dog! I've told you not to do that! Oh, what did I say? We've talked about this. Okay, I think this is just soundtrack, because if I were supposed to run here, I'd be dead by now. For sure. I don't suppose I can crawl into here? Examine. I can't go in there. It's too small. Well, I've been trying to lose weight. There's a light being cast from down there. You know what this is reminding me of right now? That movie, As Above, So Below? That's a pretty good movie if you haven't seen it. I almost thought there was something here. I am so on edge already that... What's with the laser light show going on around the corner? I'm so on edge already that when I turned around and saw that moss growing there, I thought that little space right there was like a head sticking out of the wall. I don't know if that's this game's style yet. That may be more Cry of Fear rubbing off on me. What's it gonna do? Oh, I don't like this illogical void stretching off to my sides. When I turn the light, I can just sort of see the sides of a wall. Like there is an end there somewhere, but when I look at it head on, I can't see what's to the side, and occasionally it might just be a reflection, but I think I see like two white glowing eyes in the void. Stop that! Most of the things I've seen so far, I'm not even sure if I did see, so that's just a testament to how well it's building itself up and not going too hard too early, which is a problem that a lot of horror media has. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Oh, what is this puddle of gunk? I really appreciate the maggot animation, which I'm pretty sure are 2D sprites, but they actually have a way of looking surprisingly 3D with the way they move around the surface they're attached to. Oh, I just automatically climbed in. But I don't like slowly rising noises. This really feels like a time for Q&E to lean, but it doesn't seem like I can do that. My knees would be absolutely burning if I had to do this. While carrying a sledgehammer, so like I'm not even using my hands to hold myself upright. I didn't realize I was playing as an Olympic athlete. I do not have the leg strength for something like this. Well, the screeching noise has stopped, so that's helpful for my eardrums at the very least. What? What's happening? I'm always afraid to hesitate when I hear those loud noises that seem to be directional. Right now I'm hearing that roller skates of the condemned noise on my left, and I'm always worried that if I hesitate... I'll miss my opportunity to run. Oh! What was that? What was that? Once again, I see something scary and my brain doesn't even get the chance to register it. It looked like some kind of, like, baby made out of the muck that's congealing down here with glowing red eyes, but I can't even be sure of that. Okay, whatever was making the evil rollerblades noise was down that left-hand grate. Which thankfully is not the way that I'm going. Yes, this is very much like As Above, So Below. I wonder if there's some inspiration there. This can go nothing but well for me. I didn't actually mean to fall in that early. I thought I was going to stand up on the twisted, curved grate. I guess I'm in it now. What is it going to pull? I don't like it when noises... I almost dislike noises abruptly stopping as much as noises that really get on my nerves with how grating they are. Oh, there it is again. Oh, thank you for being considerate, demons. I really, really appreciate it. This is yet another endless void. Now you can see we're taking the one-way Mario pipe to Crazy Town. We're presented with a choice. Now, as I said before, choices make me paranoid because this game does have multiple endings. I think I might have come from there. Which means we need to head the other way. I just heard something enter. Oh, you're doing the cryo-fear trick. And it sounds almost like I'm heading towards it. So what am I doing? What am I even doing? I hate you. Like some kind of weird deformed bugs? What are you? This is the first time I've gotten to get a good look at something. Can I hurt you? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I can't actually kill you, but just know that I feel nothing but malice for your very existence. That goes down, which makes it a bad choice. That goes nowhere, which makes it a worse choice. Okay, I guess the decision has been made for me. I really hope the multiple endings don't come down to path choices. Something's just around that left corner, isn't it? It's like a nightmare petting zoo. But I'm not reaching my hand through those bars. What are these things? What is this? That's not a path I can take. That's not a path I can take. That's one of the cages. One of them is out. One of them is out and walking around. I've talked about this in one or two videos now, but that's something, I want to take a moment to talk about that. That's something that's really underappreciated in horror. And it's what I call the "where's the spider" scare. Those other things, it's showing them to me, they're scary and I don't like them one bit. It builds up. You don't want these things outside their cages. And then it goes ahead and informs me one of them is outside its cage. But I don't know where it is. And now it's giving me spaces like this, where just such an abomination has plenty of spaces to hide. The developer really knows what they're doing. Because there's already... I've had so much to talk about already, and we're just in that opening crawl through the pipes. And by giving me a weapon, even though I don't even know what that first NPC was doing, so I can't even tell if there's been mandatory combat yet, or if that guy could have killed me. Is there anything down this way? No. There's something down there. I saw it. I saw it. There was something down there. I'm going to take this right. What is that? There's like some very strange movement down there. I think that's water moving in waves, but there's like a weird gap in between them. I forgot what I was talking about, but oh yeah, so I didn't know if combat has been required to this point. But by giving me a weapon, it really ups the level of implied danger by implying that I am supposed to fight and things can hurt me. I'm not just along for the ride. What was that? Pick up. I got a damaged handgun? I didn't even see what I did. And that is a gigantic eyeball with nothing down this way. Damaged handgun. 10 rounds. And I imagine that the 0 on the right-hand side of that slash is either going to be bullets, like individual bullets, or magazines. So we'll find out if we're doing this realistic or arcade ammo style, but I can hold right-click to aim down the sights. And I imagine that's what I'm going to have to use. That's my dog! That's my Doge. He's looking a little shadowy there. Dog? You're not my dog. You're like a Crash Bandicoot hub world. I guess that's fitting since this is a PS1 game. Save. Oh. Okay, it's doing something right now that I am so in love with. So this is the save room. I suppose I'm periodically going to be teleported here so I can get a chance to save. And what's happening is, take a look at this room. It's sealed. It's a small space. I look around and I can see everything around me. Up in the rafters, there's flowers growing. It has this very soothing and comforting music. All while there's an angel statue watching over me. And it doesn't have like its arms up in a threatening pose. It has one hand at its belly and one at its side, like and its wings are down. It's a very non-malicious pose. This is a comforting area. And it's doing something, I think the reason that it's doing this is because it's something that a lot of early PS1 games, especially Resident Evil, did, which this game seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from. The save rooms in Resident Evil, like... Now granted, I don't have a lot of experience with the Resident Evil games. I've only played the Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 7. But especially in Resident Evil 7, like, it plays a different music in the save rooms. Nothing can get you in there. And I think maybe that's the feel that it's trying to emulate. Or no, that's not true. I also played Code Veronica X as a kid. Which, again, the same deal. I don't think anything could get you in the save rooms, and it played a more comforting soundtrack. Save. And it seems like it's just going to be doing this through auto-saves, which is fine by me. I don't really like having to be too distracted with save management. And here we are, back into the horror. With no dog anywhere to be found. I wonder if approaching my dog will always be how I get to the save rooms. If so, that'll be really cool because, you know, you're always looking... So the motivation for the player character is that you're looking for your dog. But it can also... If that's how you access the save rooms, then that can also create another level to that. It can create a motivation in the player to look for the dog, because seeing the dog and spotting it in the darkness after a long period wandering through the tunnels with all the dangers can bring you a level of comfort. You actually will feel relief upon seeing your companion. And if so, that's an excellent case of gameplay and story integration. I really like this game already. Can you guys tell? Thank you so much for recommending this to me. And just like that, we've switched into liminal spaces. Look at this. It has that dreamlike atmosphere. We've just come out of that. Look at that image. That's what we walked up from. It looks like something out of Silent Hill. It actually almost reminds me of walking down from the Historical Society and into the prison. Which, by the way, if you want to see me play that, I played it months ago on my channel, so you can go check out that playlist. But we come up here, and it's like a deserted subway station. It's much more. It's still a dirty space, I suppose, but it's much cleaner than where we just came from. It's much better lit, and we have these empty seats that would normally be occupied. They still kind of feel occupied, but they're empty. And there's just a hallway that stretches off along the corner, so it's like, what are these seats even for? This game has its first honest-to-God liminal space. Bill Stickers. Let me tell you something. Bill Stickers is innocent. Now, what kind of survival horror game is this? Are we going to have to root through the trash looking for items? No, I don't think it's going to be that kind of game. Nonstop Disco, Chatty Whacker, Dragon Killer. Yeah, I'm starting to think these must be the names of supporters. Oh, we can actually travel back. Oh, broken. Never mind. Now, I must say, I am very wary of subway stations. I think I got enough of subway stations in Cry of Fear and Condemned Criminal Origins, which is a game I haven't played yet on this channel. I will, but, you know, I played it a lot in high school, so I'm probably gonna revisit that more from a commentary and really more from a, what's the word? From a retrospective perspective, rather than an honest-to-God playing it for the scares experience. Now this is something that's a little spooky. So here's the window to the transit office, but it's all like covered with cardboard and paper. It's kind of spooky. It's like kind of haphazard. Is anything spooky going to happen when I approach the grates? No. Of course I have to try all the doors. Locked. As I said, this game has multiple endings, so I really want to be thorough. Whee! Now, I don't like the sound of those footsteps. This game really is doing neat things with those directional sounds. Hey, dog? Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oh my, that gave me... It wasn't much of a jump scare, but it did give me a silent jolt. I've talked about this a little before, but I really do think the best jump scares are the silent ones. Now, I don't know if that figure would have been there if I had moved forward a little quicker and tried to see into the train car. But seeing that as it moved forward, knowing that it was just out of plain sight for a good 10-20 seconds until the train started to move, and then when it happened, it was just staring. It didn't do anything. That's a very subtle jump scare, and one that I really appreciate. Pick up key. Key to the train office. Now, I did hear my dog barking, so is the whistling mechanic still going to be a thing? Oh, my dog's not barking for me anymore. That's not a good sign. Alright, let's head up to that train office and see what we can do. I'm gonna be that guy. There's that sound again. Should I have my gun at the ready at all times? Or will I have more of a chance to... prepare? I'm gonna go with having my gun ready at all times. How about that? Actually, when seeing something go by on a moving train, I'm almost sort of reminded of the movie Jacob's Ladder. Now, I'm picking up a definite glint from what looks to be a lock on the desk, but I don't know how deep the searching mechanics are going to go. Examine. Open the station? It's really that easy, huh? Open station. Y/N. I'm going to go with Y. It must be so satisfying working this job, being the guy that gets to push that button and open the station every morning. They get to hear that little sound. I didn't mean to whistle. I'm going to be so afraid of accidentally whistling from now on. I'm going to be so afraid of accidentally whistling from now on because now I know the developer had it in their head to sometimes give a response to that whistle. Now, where do I need to go? Am I heading back down? Whee! Yeah, I am going to do it every time. If you don't like it, you can leave right now. Okay, I didn't equate open station with send another train. What's that over there? There's like a little bit of a red light. Okay, I suppose there isn't. Uh-oh. I didn't choose this. Does it matter which car I'm on? Open up. Okay, so I can move between cars. I'm going to want to keep each of these cars open. And there's our level transition. I'm going to go about the train, opening up as many of these doors as I can. So I'm heading backwards now. If I find a suitcase with a message in it written in blood saying, "Give me back my foot," then I'll know that we're doing Cry of Fear. Who's conducting the train? I can't see inside. I don't like that one bit. I also don't like how it keeps closing the doors on me automatically. I suppose there's nothing to do but wait for... What was that? What was that? Did I just miss a scare? I mean, I suppose I was still scared, but was I going to be scared even more than I was? Oh, we're playing the ghost train again now. What it's doing with these lights. See, I'm looking back, but I feel like I should be far more concerned with what's going to come out of the conductor's seat. We've come to a stop. We've come to a stop in the tunnel. That can't be good. Sorry guys, I paused for a moment just to check my GoPro for heat. If you've watched some of my previous videos I've done where I've done face cams, this GoPro that I'm using does have issues with overheating. I've switched it to 1080-30 in an effort to reduce that, and it seems to be working so far. It's just the door closing. I really was not a fan of that silence. That's why I have my gun out. Silence is made to be broken when you're a horror game developer. February 14th, 2007. Oh, that's today. I don't want to go. I just want to stay on this train. I want to stay in the dark where no one can see me. You know, something that I really... Honestly, I feel the same way. Something that I really want to try one of these days is to just get on the train at night. Just somewhere, anywhere that's going far away. Just spend the money and just kind of relax on a train on an overnight trip. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun and really, really relaxing. But I'm in the back car and none of these doors seem able to be opened. None of them open onto... I think I just heard something. I think I might have just heard something. What are you trying to pull, game? So what do you want me to do then? Oh, you actually want me to climb out onto the tracks. Yep. Some real Cry of Fear vibes going on here. Can't see in from the front either. Don't think I forgot about you. Don't think I forgot about you, whoever's conducting the train. Honestly, this is such genius right here. It basically explicitly tells you there must be someone in there, but it doesn't let you see them. What do they look like? What are their intentions? It leaves all that up to you. I'm gonna run to the... Okay, it's not letting me run farther back. Like I said, I am feeling the need to be very thorough with this game, because I'm very paranoid. Why is it still telling me who's playing what? I thought I turned off Steam overlay. Maybe the game has to be restarted for that to work. Okay. Best way to walk the tracks is in the center. Of course, I do still have it at the back of my mind that train conductor, that demonic ghost cursed to ride that train straight to, I guess, the sulfur factory from Hey Arnold, is going to come springing out of that front window and come running down the tracks after me at inhuman speeds. And I'll never see it coming. Just imagine some inhuman figure with long legs and arms and a wide grin etched into its face comes sprinting out of the darkness at full speed. I suppose if that were going to happen, I'd prefer it come from the back than the front, so I at least don't have to see it. Once more, horror through implications. And this far into the game, I can't help but notice I still haven't seen a hint of combat. We're still in the build-up stage. I've been recording for almost an hour. Play tape. Here it is. Here's my opportunity to play the tape. Lost tape number 1. I suppose I'll be able to find more. And there's a Resident Evil style animation. Oh, this is playable. This is actually a playable segment. Oh, I don't like this game. I don't like this game. You're not my dog. Where am I going? Yep. You're just gonna keep doing that, aren't you? Okay, that's 2 of you. Am I supposed to be bringing forth all the doges? Hi, yep, okay, I guess we're just... Oh, we're in some kind of... Oh, sorry, I just realized I've been backing away and away from the mic. I don't know if I backed out of frame. This seems to be the demon kennel. Although we do seem to have some more standard floofers about. I do have a fear of dogs in real life. Not that I don't like dogs. Like, I do think they're cute and all. And I definitely get the appeal. They have, like, the best attitude of, like, anything. But I did get eated when I was, like, 3. So I think that's kind of left a lasting impression where I don't really want to pet them unless they're, like, really small. Is that my dog? I need bolt cutters. Okay, anything for doggy. Like I said, I am afraid of dogs, but I do not hate them. I think they're very, very nice. Bolt cutters. Can't equip them as a weapon. And there appears to be some kind of strange door here that is surely going to be inviting in some untold horror at some point in the near future. Alright, I'm busting you out of here, buddy. Come on. Let's go. What's happening? Okay, I suppose that's the end of the tape. Now, I need to refresh my memory. I need to get a little bit more extra context on that tape, because I know it had some information in the description. An old tape I found at home. Okay, so it is just a tape that I found at home, and it's labeled The Pound. Now, when I go over here, the UI shows 4 empty slots, so I wonder if there's going to be 3 other tapes that I can play. In fact, I would say that that's probably a top contender for unlocking the good ending, is going to be finding all the tapes. Oh, there's a note to read. On the same type of paper as the previous one. I want to make a decision. I want control back in my life. I want to matter. Everybody just makes choices for me. Maybe I'll find someplace where I can be happy. Someplace dark without people to remind me how ugly I am. I'm sorry. Are you the owner of the shoes? Are you the owner of the head that I caved in earlier? Seriously, I swung that hammer so fast that I didn't even have time to register it. Did that homeless guy actually have a weapon in his hand? Because I couldn't see one on his corpse, but then again, he was laying on one of his hands. Is that going to be what determines my ending? I would really hate to have made that choice just right there. But then again, I do always appreciate games that allow you to make choices not through on-screen like press X to do this, press Y to do that, but rather allow you to make choices through the inbuilt gameplay. And honestly, I can't think of a single game that's done that better than, believe it or not, none of you are going to believe me, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay, I suppose we can turn our flashlight off for now. Although I haven't seen any indication that it's going to be limited in battery. It's another save room. Okay, I want to keep playing, though. I'll end it at the next save room, because I'm really keen to keep playing. I'm very, very interested. I'm not sure how long these parts should be. I've been recording for a little bit under an hour. But I've read online that this game is about 4 hours long. I suppose I'll end this part at the next save point. I thought it was telling me to open a locker, but I think it's just because I got too close to the door. There doesn't seem to be... Oh! Midnight for PlayStation 1. It's an old game called Midnight. I'll have to Google that later. I wonder if that's... So that's either a real game? A reference to something? Or maybe... Because some of you guys have told me about this, like, PS1 Game Jam type thing, where people try to make, like, these PS1, like, horror games that are just short experiences, like they make them in a couple of days or something like that. Maybe that's one of those. Which, by the way, you guys have recommended me several of those, and I haven't gotten to them yet, but believe me, they're on my list. I'm super, super interested in those. Oh, it's still giving me the option to enter the door. I thought maybe that was a door across the way from me. I'm actually going to take this moment to once again check the GoPro for heat. And it seems to be doing much better than when I was recording at 4K 60 rather foolishly. What is this? It's just another small room. I must have to restore the power so that I can get up and out through that grate. If the power goes out on the tracks, you have to reboot the whole system. In order to do that, go to each section and turn off the breaker boxes. Then come back here and restart the system. I've barely been able to keep the power on, so that's about all the advice besides quitting I can give. Am I playing Infra again? It's unfortunately far too late for me to play that game on this channel, but if you haven't played it, do yourself a favor and pick that game up. If you like exploring, it's not really a horror game, although it has scary parts. But it really is just a treat of a game. And here's a map of the subway. And I guess that's going to be showing me where the various breaker boxes are. Now, where am I in relation to all this? Because I never really took a moment to get a feel for what all this is. It looks like I can just pick the map up off the wall and press M, and I can see the map. Although we are doing this old style, I can't see myself on the map. Open. Oh, I opened the door. I thought there was something secret. So it's triggered by proximity, not by looking at the door. I thought I had uncovered something strange that was going to be behind this piece of artwork. Which I am really digging the art. Oh, there's another note on the table right here. The whole station is just broken. Lines are run backwards, access panels are hard to get to, and sometimes the power just cuts. Since this is considered a bad part of town, the funding for the station was minimal, and most of the construction was done by local residents. To top it off, the last maintenance guy messed up everything. Robin! He told me when he left to keep every light on, and to either redirect or send off any trains that arrived. What kind of farcical operation are they running here? Yeah, if a train shows up in your station, just send it off. What are schedules? I've made several attempts to fix the electrical problems, but it's so bad I don't think I'm getting anywhere. So I'm leaving this job. It just isn't worth the hassle anymore. Okay, so doing this is not the correct thing. So if the power goes on the tracks, you have to reboot the whole system. In order to do that, go to each section and turn off the breaker boxes, then come here and restart the system. I'm assuming down is off and up is on. Now, big question. Oh, are these the breaker boxes? No, I suppose not. Can I save multiple times at the same location? I can. Okay, that's very, very good to know. Unlocked. That must be the key that I picked up downstairs. So all of the breaker boxes are probably going to be in the area that I enter now. And now, even though we've ascended, we're starting to get into the more dark and the dingy. I don't imagine that key is going to work on anything else. But these areas are open. Now, if I check the map, is it going to point out my location? No, it's not. Oh, but it is going to tell me what area I'm in. I'm, of course, going to want to do this systematically. Okay. So you're not going to be able to see where I'm pointing, and there's no mouse on the screen. But on the bottom there, you see that red breaker box just below me. Not the one below the highlighted area, but the one below that. That's the room that I have to get to last. Because that hallway leading up to it is where the save room is. Oh, it says outdated, August 17th, 87. See new construction plans. Okay, so there's going to be one just ahead of me and to the right. And then through that other area, I believe that area behind me will function as a hub. Now, of course, I'm still going to check each of these rooms, even though I know where I'm going now. Because I really want to make sure I find all those tapes. Right now, that's my biggest hypothesis on how to unlock the different endings. Pick up, what are these? Pick lock set. I have never heard them referred to as such, but I suppose you're the developer. Locked from the other side. Well, that's ominous. Can I walk through here? No, I'm going to have to go through here? No? Okay. Oh, wow, it's actually a physical thing. And it makes a very unnerving sound. Failed. I'm a little confused. It hasn't actually tutorialized me on the mechanics of lockpicking. Success. Okay, I guess I just have to hold it down. Does that mean that there's going to be moments where something is chasing me and I have to desperately scramble to pick the lock for however long it takes. I wonder if that's actually how things are going to work. I wonder if it's going to be randomized how long it takes. That would be real bad for me. Why does this chair look so disappointed in me? Well, so I have to... Do you? So that's how you're gonna play it. I'm not just flipping switches, I'm actually killing the power in here. Don't like that noise. Don't like that noise one bit. We are in it now. I hear the sounds of what sounds like shuffling. This is blocked. Not locked, blocked. You can't push those bags out of the way. That's simply impossible. Captain Thunderthighs can just squat walk through a mile of sewer, hefting a sledgehammer, but he can't push these garbage bags out of the way of a door. What is this? This was not on the map. I don't have a map of this area. No, this was not on the map. What am I even doing down here? I would not. What is that? What is that? What are you? Die, die, die. It goes into like a burlap sack when it dies. There's more of you. I only have 2 bullets left. I only have 2 bullets left, and it's been forever since I saved, which is not enough to kill one, by my estimate. And I don't even know what I'm doing down here. There are more of you, more of you. I can't fight you. I can't fight you. I can't fight you. I have to run. No, I can't. I can't. Sledgehammer. Now, what is the health situation? How do I heal? How do I see my health? I've got to assume there's going to be more of you. Ow. I'm dead. So I have finite health. Oh, we are actually doing real survival horror. Continue. Oh, I haven't saved in forever. I haven't saved in forever. Well, I suppose nothing much has actually happened. Because I did spend a lot of that time on commentary. It's an old game called Minute. I don't think I can afford to go down into that area. I just don't have the ammo. And I'm never going to survive just fighting with the fire extinguisher. I can't help but realize the map talked about another door on the right side of this hall. Or at least I think it did. Unless this is the one it was talking about. Alright, grab the map. Read both notes, in case it pays attention to that. Now let's look at that map. Yeah, it definitely talks about another room off of that hall. It should be right about here. Okay, let's put a pin in that. Okay, after hitting each breaker, I'm gonna have to run back here and save. Although, is that wise? Is it wise for me to hit these power boxes and save even after I've taken damage? Because damage does seem to be cumulative, and I don't actually know how to heal yet. I believe each of these gates will open if I try to access them. And in fact, that one is going to leave me a very long way to run back from. I'm going to go over here and hit this box on the right first. Failed. So even after spending all the time on it, it does have a chance to fail. Okay. Now in here is the bad room. And in here is the breaker room. There's the disappointed chair. So let's flip that switch. And first thing we're going to do is make a run all the way back. It's not letting me. I can't come back. Nope, this is simply too complicated for me. I can't figure this out. There is no way to go except to run back through the gauntlet of doom. Oh, here I go. Now my strategy for this time is I'm not going to try to fight. I'm not going to try to fight. I'm just going to run, and now would be a really poor time to find out that I have finite sprinting. But I'm just going to run. I know they're behind me. I'm just going to continue running. And as quickly as possible, I'm going to try to open that door. I'm going to shoot the first one that comes in behind me. And I'm going to start picking that lock. Because I don't have enough ammo to kill all three. At least three. Come on. Come on. Where are you? Where you at? Let me in. Let me in. Ah, you're right in front of me. Move. 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 I can't get through you. Die! Why aren't you dying? Die. Use. Let me through. Oh my god, I probably can't take, like, any more damage. I do not have time for this. If there's another locked door, I am screwed. Locked. Let me through. I don't understand why it wasn't hitting when I was firing from the hip. I have to get back through here. Where am I? Oh, this isn't the right room. I don't know if that sound was another one of those things coming through the wall. Let me through. I gotta get out of here now. I can't risk getting hit again. I'm going to assume that you guys are confined to that area and will only come out once the power has been turned off. That you guys are only going to appear in the darkness, which I'm not sure if that'll be a mechanic going forward. But, yeah, the time has come now to head downstairs and save again. But is that a good idea? Because I'm surely very low on health. I'm completely out of ammunition. I have no idea where to find more. Actually, is there something there? I definitely caught a glint off of that texture, but that might just be a property of the texture. Sorry I don't have very much insightful commentary now that the danger has begun. Let's save here. I wonder if this also heals me. I wonder if saving also heals me. It would be very nice if it also gave me a few bullets to put in my gun. But sadly, it doesn't seem to be giving me that luxury. Now let's get back up to that hub area and check the map. I think our next stop is going to be to make that left. I can't entirely see exactly how I get up to that top right corner yet, so I'll save that for last. Then again, I'm going to have to do a lot of running back if the power box is all the way on the other side of all of this. That's what this is. This is going to be a gauntlet that I just have to run through. Broken. I'm grateful. More ammo. Perfect. I very much need that. Here we go doing this dance. The one that every horror gamer is so familiar with. Going stall by stall, trying to anticipate the jump scare. Hello? What are you? You can't flush a garbage bag. Food goes in the disposal, hair and limbs go in the trash. Probably butchering that line. I don't know what to do. This is November 15th, 2006. I don't know what to do. I'm not happy. I'm so ugly, and everyone treats me like I'm not even real. They're so pretty and perfect, and they all have friends. But I'm just here. Now they're doing that thing where the space is somewhat reflected, but I am not. I feel like I'm being overly cautious right now. I don't think I have to have my gun out for all of this, because I don't think anything is going to happen while the lights are on. And of course, if something was going to happen while the lights are on, that's just what the developer would want me to think. Actually, wait, what's over here? I feel like I've gotten way ahead of myself. Now, right here, this ends in these areas, so can I climb these stairs? I'm assuming not. And it looks like daylight is broken. I'm not sure if that's encouraging or the opposite. Also, these are some very, very strange and unnatural bugs. I've never seen anything like that before. I can't believe I've seen them already, but I don't think I should have been taking them at face value like I have been. I just haven't paid that much attention to them so far. There's very little ambient sounds apart from my own footsteps. And a slight drone that keeps playing. This is going to be a gauntlet. It's a narrow hallway with a linear path. It's going to be a gauntlet. It wants me to... Yep, here's the breaker box. It wants me to run. That's why all this is here. It wants me to flip that breaker and run. It was a slow day when it happened. Only 2 trains even stopped here. And I didn't see her until it was too late. I heard her sobbing as she walked down the tracks. I wanted to run and save her, but I could hear the train. I just waited and listened. She must have regretted it at the last moment, because I heard her scream. I can't stop her. She passes through the walls. All I can do is wait and listen. So is she the ghost that I've been encountering? Well, that's a very sympathetic backstory, but you try to ghosty goo me and you're gonna get the 9mm. Or whatever a Ruger is, I'm not a gun expert. Yep, this is not a place I should be lingering. I'm definitely about to get attacked. And I believe, I'm willing to bet she's faster than me. So I gotta run. Run, 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 run. That's all I need to do right now is run. But I tried to run before, and I think they might have been faster than me. Okay. Made it out of there relatively unmolested, but this vending machine just made a sound. Can I get free treats while I'm here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. And now, if it'll grant me the opportunity, give me a moment while I head downstairs and save and take a drink of water. Normally I'd cut this part out, but I really want you to appreciate the contrasting safety of the save room. I mean, we just came from a couple of moments of absolute panic and terror. So these give me a much needed moment to relax. Alright, back to the untold horrors. As I was saying earlier, there's definitely heavy shades of Cry of Fear in this, with a nice little dash of Silent Hill. Which is kind of funny because Cry of Fear certainly had its own Silent Hill thing going on, but I think it was in a slightly different way. Alright, we've come down on the other side, immediately opposite the hall. And are we going to have to walk through a train? It's starting to look that way. This is actually just a transitional space. You know what? I bet we have to go through here to get into the tunnel so that we can access the next platform. And I'm just eagerly awaiting something to come from the sides. It looks like there's an item I can pick up over there. What is it? A shoot gun. That's helpful. And there's actually a good amount of ammo for it, too. I feel like I should probably conserve it, though. I've only encountered one type of combatable enemy so far, and I really still don't know what I'm up against. Which is a real achievement for being almost an hour and a half into playing. I don't like this one bit. You guys, I don't like this. You guys, I don't like this. What is this? There's another tape. Yes, this is definitely something that I have to be collecting. Tape number 2 picked up. Now let's take a look in the inventory and see the description. Lost tape number 2. It smells like chemicals. The clinic is written on it. Okay, let's give it a look. What is that? Oh, I can't actually play the tape in here. I'll have to bring it back to that other item in the other platform. Yeah, words. Coherent. Alright, so that was this. But there's also that. There's also this long, dark expanse stretching off in front of me. Never mind. I'm actually extremely grateful for that, because I try to move in a systematic fashion where I can make sure that I see everything. And when there's huge areas branching off of huge areas, it makes it very, very difficult to do that. Such as here. Okay, it looks like this is where the breaker box is going to be. And I couldn't help but notice... One moment, please. I couldn't help but notice there's one of those lock things right here. Is there a possibility that I'm going to flip this breaker and I'm going to come back and there's going to be a lock on that door, which I need to scramble to pick, while some demonic monstrosity inches ever closer towards me? Could that be a thing? Could that be a thing you're going to do? Because I think that could be a thing that you're going to do. Let's check these doors down here. It's not a confusing space, but it's definitely pulling me a lot of different ways. There's a whole lot of stuff here. Hearing some very not good noises, and I picked up another pick lock set, which... Does that mean that they actually... Are these single use? Okay, so I really wish I had a mouse cursor on my screen so I could show you what I'm thinking. I believe through here is the grate that I came to before, which means that I actually only have to explore what's down the hallway across the aisle from this. That should be correct, right? What are you? Shotgun ammo, very glad to have it. And more Ruger ammo, very, very, very glad to have it. And it's counting it in terms of individual numbers instead of magazines, which means we're going for arcade reloads, which I am perfectly fine with. I would hate it in Cry of Fear having to waste bullets. Even though it was actually like a cleverly implemented mechanic in that game, which did actually affect the gameplay, I really didn't like it. Have I been through... What is this right here? I'm actually a little bit turned around now. So I'm in that hallway. Hang on, why is this confusing me so much? This doesn't seem to be represented by the map at all. Or at least not in a way that's making sense to me. Then again, it does say on the map, outdated as of 1987, which is 20 years ago in this game. So, maybe that's... Oh no. Is this map deliberately screwing with me? If so, I really need to get a feel for this place so that I know which way I'm running when I flip that breaker. Okay, if that's true, if I'm right about this, that is an absolutely ingenious mechanic. A map that you can't rely on. If that's not what's going on here, you know, any prospective game developers who are watching this, you can have that one on me. It's free. I think going through here should be... Sorry, I just really want to make sure I get my bearings before I have to run. Okay, so I've already been here. This is where I got the tape. Okay, I think I have a pretty good idea of where I'm going. And I really, really hope it doesn't try to change it up on me. Now, because I am fairly certain that it's going to lock this door on me on my way out, I am going to have the shotgun so that when I'm against this door trying desperately to get that lock open, I can turn around and shoot whatever's coming down this way and hopefully kill it more quickly so as to avoid having it do damage to me. Both ends are locked. I've already been in both these, right? Okay, so I've been in this one, right? No, they're both broken. Which means this is where that breaker box is. Am I gonna have to pick... Oh no, there's... A lock needs picking right here. Failed. Come on. Open, there we go. And it's going to put them right back on my way out, isn't it? Now, let me check my inventory, because I really, really want to limit my paranoia with these things. So these don't seem to be single use, so why was I able to pick up 2 of them? Maybe it's only there in case I were to take this path first. Gotta remember, I have had the option of taking each of these paths from the very beginning. Time to run. Gotta go. Gotta go right now. Come on, nope. Don't need you coming after me. Let's pick this lock. Come on. And that seemed to blow you away in just one shot. Oh no, I've kind of forgotten which way I have to go. After all that, the panic made me forget. I can hear you. I can hear you behind me. I hope you're not faster than me. Oh, but you had the advantage being able to go through walls, which in a space like this is a serious disadvantage on my part. And now I gotta run all the way through here. Get back to where I'm going. I must say, I was a little skeptical of the 45-degree FOV. Imagine if I had taken the escalator that time, I'd be mincemeat. I was a little skeptical of the 45-degree FOV, but I'm kind of starting to see its value. Because not only does it aid in the homage to 90s horror games, which of course PS1 would want to have a lower FOV in its games in order to help with performance. Is this new? December 1st, 2006. He's so nice. I feel like I matter again. He makes me feel real. He tells me that I matter. He doesn't think I'm so ugly. Lady, I don't think I have time for this. If you're going to be leaving any more notes, I really hope you leave them on the way back to the save room, because that's where I'm headed. To be fair, you probably weren't as ugly as you think you are before you turned into a demonic ghost. Is this a new note? No. Actually, okay, so I do have to play that tape. Gotta remember to do that. Lost tape number 2. Already do not like that music. That little chiming tone. I believe this one was titled The Clinic. Yes, I really did forget in the space of those past few seconds. And this distortion on top of the FOV is really making this uncomfortable. Now the question is it going to throw enemies at me in these little side segments? What is this? Something? Shock? Sick? I'm sick? It's so hard to see. I am sick. I am not sick. It's saying I am not sick. That's a real creative mechanic. I hope there's more of these. Having me kind of have to linger on this and really fine-tune it. Like I'm sitting here trying to decipher what it's saying. Both in-universe and mechanically. What was that? That's the kind of sound that makes it seem like something may have just entered the space with me. Oh, it is so dark. And the darkness on top of the VHS distortion. And the VHS distortion makes me unable to tell if I'm just getting like weird interlacing bugs, or if the bodies under these sheets are moving. What are you saying? Why am I here? It's almost like you're tuning into the specific frequency that, like, ghosts are trying to speak on. It's so unnerving, but it's such a cool idea for a mechanic. I love it. We've already established cages equal jump scares. I'm still at a total loss for what's actually going on here. Or if it's even let me out. I honestly don't know if it's actually going to try and go for a narrative. So far, I've just been kind of getting bombarded with weirdness, but some horror games do kind of wait until late in their story to start telling, well, a central narrative. Cry of Fear actually did the same thing. Out of all the horror games I've played, it's really only Silent Hill 2 that had a central through line. And even then, Silent Hill 2's story can be interpreted as being very similar to this. Silent Hill 2, you're looking for your dead wife. Here, I'm looking for my very much alive dog. So I feel like my quest has a little bit more merit than James Sunderland's. What is going on here? Oh, they're monitors displaying something weird. What do you have to say? Something's Something's wrong with them. I have to say, there's something about that previous room that really just encapsulates in an image medical anxiety and the fear of hospitals. Okay, I guess I'll get a move on. I have 2 different directions I have to travel in. Oh, no, I don't want to crawl through here. No, there is still something behind me. I can still whisper, though. No, there was still something the other direction. I really hope I didn't just give up my... I really hope I didn't just give up the good ending. More choices. Maybe not so many as I think. Did something just enter the tunnel with me? At this point, I'm still convinced it's soundtrack, but it does almost sound like there's something crawling around in here with me. The only reason I think it's soundtrack is because when this game does directional sound well, it does it really well. And this isn't quite up to that standard. Here we are going down and down and down into the darking dark. Where? What are you? What are all of you, and where am I going? And that's the end of tape 2. I keep accidentally hitting the whistle button. Hasn't done me much good so far. Alright, I'm going to check these rooms one last time for any more notes that may have appeared. I don't know if that last note in front of the door actually appeared, or if I just didn't notice it going through the last few times. Any new notes for me to read? No, those are just sheets of paper. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything new for me to read. Now, the next thing that I have to do in order to restore the power is flip that switch and reset the system. I think I've been everywhere. I think I have been. I hope I have been, because if I'm missing something, that means that I'm going to have to run all the way back through all this again. Probably through some dark areas that I've already cleared. Well, not cleared, just been through. If I could clear things, I'd be a lot more safe. Speaking of safety, here's this... Never mind! Don't do this to me, game. This was my happy place. This was my happy place. Don't... I hope this doesn't become a trend. Even if it never does it again, these are always going to have a little bit more of a sinister vibe to them from now on. Oh well, but I'm going to save. And I'm going to end it here. That was part 1 of Lost in Vivo. I hope you'll join me for the next part, because I can definitely see why you guys wanted me to play this. This is so cool so far. I feel like I'd have a lot to reiterate if I were to sum up my thoughts right now, but if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content, and as always, I will see you in the next one. I'm just going to chill here for a little while and enjoy the music and the safety and the completeness of information offered by this small space. Even if I do have that smallest bit of a reason not to trust it anymore.